Hello, this is Julian with Coffee Reviews, and today I will be reviewing Sweet Bloom Coffee out of Lakewood, Colorado. I'm currently outside of the location on Reed Street, and I'm going to be trying their Pablo Guerrero Natural Colombia Gesha. So let me go ahead and take a sip. Smaller than normal cup. Alright, this is the beginning of a Sweet Bloom series. Sweet Bloom is right up there with Onyx. I'm wearing the Onyx shirt. My favorite coffee roaster in the entire world. Sweet Bloom, I've been going for, I can't even begin to express how many times I've been to Sweet Bloom. This is the one coffee roaster I'm most familiar with. I've tried pretty much everything that they've come out with for the past 4 or 5 years. I mean, I have a very deep history with Sweet Bloom coffee. So, as part of this series, I'm going to talk a little bit about Sweet Bloom, maybe kind of a history, my history with them, and I'm going to break it up over these episodes, I guess. So that way, I have so much to talk about with Sweet Bloom, and this gives me an opportunity to try all their coffees I haven't tried yet. That's what this is going to be about, as well as kind of giving you a lot more information about Sweet Bloom and why I consider them to be the best. Now, when Sweet Bloom was first gaining any sort of prominence, there was a lot of talk in the coffee community, around Denver. Everyone started using any multi-roaster, any place that was using guest roaster started using Sweet Bloom, because there was all this hype around what Andy, the founder, owner of Sweet Bloom, was doing, and it's completely warranted. I know that this video is gonna be kind of weird with the sun, but I'm in Colorado, and it's always sunny here. Once I remember the very first time I tried Sweet Bloom, and I actually did go to their shop, and it was quiet, there weren't a lot of people, and that's kind of the way Sweet Bloom was at the beginning, was quiet, not a whole lot of people. Andy wasn't particularly interested in opening up a coffee shop. He wanted to kind of wholesale his beans to places around the city, but I think that area required for him to actually open a shop, so he had a very small little pour over counter, very small little area for customers to just go in and grab their coffee and go. And I think I'll leave it at this for right now, since I'm here to talk about this coffee specifically. I wasn't overly blown away the first time I went to Sweet Bloom. I think maybe I hadn't developed my coffee palate at that point, but I remember it being like, this is fine, but there are places that I like a little better. But we'll get more into that later. We'll talk about this Pablo Guerrero now. This is another one of those coffees where I can't help but smile and kind of laugh at the ridiculousness that is this coffee. This tastes like a raspberry chocolate truffle. Like, it's impressive. It's so impressive. The second I got the coffee and I took a smell of it, it smells unbelievable. Like, it was so fruit forward and so beautifully crafted. I cannot emphasize how beautiful something like this can smell. People talk about how amazing coffee smells. When you get something so special and so unique, it's incredibly potent, it's incredibly powerful, it's incredibly vibrant and nice. I feel like I've almost actually drank this entire coffee. It's got a nice little, I don't know how you'd say this, bubbliness to it. I think that maybe, that the description of champagne seems to be on point. Obviously, this is a highly recommend. This is probably the best coffee I've had, maybe on the entire channel. I mean, there have been some amazing coffees, but this right here, I already know I want to buy a box of this. This is definitely worth it, and it's going to be competing with the rest of the Sweet Bloom coffees while I'm on this trip, and I really hope that the other Sweet Bloom coffees can. This is their special coffee, and it's every bit the special it's listed as. For me, it's a highly recommend. I'm personally going to go out and buy a box of that coffee. I'm going to experiment with it. I'm going to have fun with that box of coffee. I would highly recommend you do as well. This is the first part. I'm going to do, like I said, a couple more parts, review the rest of the coffees I haven't tried yet. So, first review of Sweet Bloom Coffee Roaster. Thank you for watching.